And we are back once more here on the epic, the transcendent, the mighty, the clearly overinflated and overhyped Culture Crusade. How are you, Mike?
I didn't think that was overhyped at all.
Not overhyped at all?
Not in the slightest.
Just adequately hyped?
On
Indeed.
point.
On point.
Quite right.
Indeed, indubitably, exceptionally. Oh my gosh. We're back. The internet is dying. Everything's burning. UK is stuffed. Australia is stuffed. We're all stuffed, Mike.
What's going? I've been at church camp all week. What did I miss?
Oh boy, well, I have some stuff to fill you in on. So, have you not seen the European Union roll out their internet kind of protection measures?
No, inform me.
Very similar to what Australia is wanting. So in Australia, we have a social media ban for 16 years and under. And it seems like the UK have implemented basically the same thing. So now, excuse me, they have certain sites, many sites are being forced to implement age verification. And this isn't that they try and say it's about protecting kids. That's a smokescreen. Okay. That's a misdirect. It's about digital ID and overall censorship. Because even even good old V, mentioned this. So he's from Romania.
From Romania? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you know the creator, his name is V?
No, I know him. Yeah, I've been on the show.
Oh, good.
He's a fan of mine.
Hey, I like V.
He's a fan of mine.
So he adds Carl
By the way,
Benjamin.
I do a great V.
Oh, do you?
So if you want me to read what he said.
Go, you do it.
Okay, can you zoom? Hold on, I'll zoom it up.
I can zoom in.
Okay. Zargan avocado, safety bullshit crap is at my door. I can't read the effing news unless the British government likes the subject matter or I decide to dox myself. Unscrew your country, please.
It's not bad. You know, it's close.
It's been a while since I listened to him, but yeah.
you can hear the V. You can hear the V in the voice. No, unfortunately, Dev is unable to join us today. He has got some work to get done. So we will miss him, but hopefully see him next week. So me and Mike, and it's great to have Mike, and we can have this discussion. So, we have people approving your V in the chat. Nathan Caddy says that's V in a excuse me. So, even in Romania, this policy is like, say, he can't even watch the news unless he decides to dox himself. What? Okay. Because a lot of the age verification has this type of facial recognition stuff where you have to go in front of a webcam and it will determine your age via AI, scanning. And if you think that's the only thing that they're going to be looking at, that they're going to be taking a picture of that, logging it away with your IP address, and they can use that for facial recognition and actual ID verification. I figure out who they are. Because the government hates internet anonymity quite a lot. Because, a good example of this, right? Our embarrassing Prime Minister here in Australia, he got really offended that people made memes of him as a clown. Do you remember this, Mike?
It does ring a bell.
And so people, as a response, made more memes of him.
That's how that works.
And you could tell that he was just livid about it. He couldn't stand it. And he was like, he went to the press conference, there are people making, like fake images of me, and he was almost trying to pose it like this is impersonation. And you look at the memes, it's the crappy Photoshop where his head is put on something retarded, right? And it's like no one would ever. Excuse me, I got a cough.
Yeah, for everyone in the audience, sorry. We'll probably both be coughing randomly during the course of the stream.
Oh my gosh, I've had this bloody cough for weeks. No joke.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
the never-ending.
So you would have to be particularly silly and dumb to think that was him, you know, like in the real image, because it was the crappy Photoshop memes. Though, having said that, they are getting better, especially with AI. Like the terms of the facial, you know, things where it does fool a lot of people, but memes are pretty obvious when they're memes, like, you know, with the text and other things. You could tell, right, that he wanted to not only censor and stop people being able to mock him, but he wanted to find out who these people were. He wanted to find out who these people were and use the weight of lawfare against them. You know, unjust lawfare. And that is exactly what this type of, you know, government censorship stuff enables, because to verify age, this isn't just about stopping under 16s or children from accessing inappropriate websites. To police such a thing, you have to verify everyone's age and basically implement digital ID, which destroys internet anonymity right there completely. That is the underlining goal, in my opinion, for this stuff.
Yeah, this is also why the leftists hate Bitcoin and why they want to implement CBDCs that can be tracked and traced to your every single purchase.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They hate that they can't attack and ruin people's lives of, you know, the people that they dislike or criticize them or any number of things.
Yeah.
And so
it's all about control, dude. That's all about
control. And so this has been rolled out in the UK right now, and heaps of websites, a lot of small websites, right? And these are not just like porn websites or anything like that. They're thrown into that bag. But just even news, like V can't even access the news for topics that the government does. Sorry, what was it?
I said, that's insane.
Yeah, isn't that crazy, right? And so this gives them almost carte blanche to just say, oh, it's inappropriate for children, so therefore censored completely. And you have to verify your age, identity, and other things. Now, one of the other sides to this, with it being rolled out, is how incredibly incompetent it is, because it's something from a government, and they usually are. And so people have been making characters in video games using their a character creator and putting that in front of the camera.
Where is it?
That's awesome.
It's so bad. And the other like cake sidestep for this, you know, implementation. So, because websites have basically said we can't make our, you know, website or content available in certain countries. The sidestep is VPNs.
Yeah.
And VPN sales, like, they have been going up, Mike.
Yeah. I run into the problem of having to use a VPN for stuff, but then them also wanting to do the KYC, the know your customer stuff. And it's like, I don't have an ID from Japan. So when I've got my VPN sent to Japan, they're like, okay, but we need to see your, you know, documents. It's like, freaking hell. Same thing, I guess, V is going through, but I have to deal with that with other business stuff.
Yeah. Well, I've had a VPN for a while now, and there are some good uses for it.
Oh, yeah.
And so if you have a VPN, you know, that solves that issue. But guess what, Mike? Guess what the governments are trying to do now?
Let me think. Could they be trying to shut down VPNs?
They're trying to regulate VPNs now.
Yeah, okay.
It's like it's just one massive overreach and to another. It's just utterly insane. Where this is threatening the free and open internet, and things are getting tense, very tense.
And it's usually the side that's calling other people fascists.
Yeah, isn't that interesting?
Irony.
Nathan Cassidy for $4.99 says, "This is secondhand info from me, but the minute this was implemented, the UK used it to shut down migrant protests. Surprise, surprise." So people are protesting the migrants being put in hotels and things, and yeah. Although to see this is a good source for checking out what's happening in the UK. And when I said things are getting tense, I have this video like talking about how UK is almost like ready to explode. People are getting fed up. The government is just screwing their people over, and it's getting pretty darn bad.
Except the migrants.
Well, there is that as well.
I saw the funniest thing. There was a video of someone trying to, they went to one of these protests. So I do have some vague idea about it. And they went and asked a girl there who's in a freaking full on burqa, and they're like, "What do you think about all this immigration, or what it means to be, English?" And she goes, "I don't speak English."
It's happening in Australia too. Immigration is going out of control in these countries that seem to be, let's just say, in line with certain globalist agendas.
Right.
And so immigration has been out of control in Australia for a bit now, causing housing prices to just go stuffed. And we are not as bad as what's going on in the UK. When I was over to the UK, I was shocked. I met up with Carl Benjamin, and he got to show me around Swindon, and this was a year or more ago, and so It's only gotten worse since then. But at the time when he was showing me around, the town had just gone to hell. It is like, he took me down the main street. The main street used to be lively, like with all these open business, everything boarded up, shuttered, just decimated. And there's all these foreign people sitting around the street doing nothing, living off of free paychecks and welfare things. And
the UK is funding their own invasion.
Yep. And he showed me like one of the places where they're getting put up and housed, and outside of it were all these locked up bikes that belong to the immigrants. But he pointed out, where do you think these bikes came from? They're not new bikes. They don't have money for bikes, but they have all these bikes. And it is like the obvious conclusion is, they stole them. They stole the bikes, right? And
correct.
And so that was just like one example where he showed me, and they've been covering this a lot. BK for $2 says, if you stamp your VPN with your official, do you stamp your VPN with your official Hunco? I don't know what a Hunco is. Is this like an internet troll? Am I getting trolled? Thank you, BK, for the super chat. All I know is that I have a VPN, but maybe not for long. Maybe not for long. Now, in regards to the whole kind of debate discussion around censorship and, protecting your children from the internet, that's the role of the parents, okay? I have heavy like technically, if you were to try and define the rules I have over internet usage and social media usage for my kids, my house is heavily censored because I'm a responsible parent. That's what parents do. And the fact that there are, I guess, a swath of parents that aren't monitoring their kids, aren't watching what their kids are doing, let them going online and getting sucked into social media and then going down certain rabbit holes that leads to depression. Kids have committed suicide over this. It does make you wonder, what the hell are kids doing? But I still don't think that gives the government any measure of right, control, or authority to say, well, we will come in and protect your kids for you. What we should be doing is educating the parents to look after their kids. That's the answer, not relying on daddy government to come in and say, well, we'll do the job. We will, And the thing is, like, this ban for social media for kids under 16 and stuff, it's not like kids, they will find a way. They're not dumb. They know more about, like, you know, technology than their parents oftentimes, and they find a way around it.
Stop. You say that as if kids would break the law and drink and smoke and do drugs.
I know, right? Surely not. Surely not. And there's been this other kind of controversy where MasterCard has basically forced Steam to censor a whole heap of games. Otherwise, it will withdraw the payment processes access. I don't know the full details of this, but man, there's been outrage over that. People pushing back against MasterCard because we shouldn't be beholden to a company enforcing, you know, their practices on, you know, another one. And so that's been going on as well. Yeah, so it's Visa and MasterCard, as Nathan Cassidy has said.
That just reminds me of like when they took all the money from the truckers striking in Canada. It's like, what? That's why, again, back to crypto. I know you're not a crypto guy, but you know what? You know why I don't have my money in my bank? Because the government can take the money in your bank. The government cannot take the money on my crypto wallet.
Don't they want to try and regulate and control that too?
They can try, but they can't do it because you have to have access. You have to grant someone. There was a guy, and I don't say it's a good thing about people stealing, but there was a hacker who stole like $60 million in Bitcoin, like in Germany. The German authorities, I mean, they found him, they arrested him, and they like tried to get him to give the Bitcoin back, and he's just like, nope. There wasn't anything they could do because you have to have the secret seed. You can't. Mm-hmm.
I heard of a case where, some type of government body was trying to force a cryptocurrency platform to divulge something about the cryptocurrency. And this was a little bit ago. And so I don't remember the details, but the response was like, oh, it's impossible. Literally. Like the technology makes what you're asking, like we cannot give you the information you want. And it was a breach of like privacy in some way anyway, but they were trying to leverage, you know, government authority to force them to do it. And they're like, no, it's the system is literally built to make what you're wanting us to do impossible.
Yep.
And so don't get me wrong, I think there is actual security in crypto. Don't have any yet. It always seems like but in terms of cryptocurrency, I think there's some validity to it. Mark Ashamed says, will Australia become airstrip too? I think I know what you're referring to there. I don't know. I don't know what is going to be going on in the world in the future. And so it makes me concerned for the future, but but we will see. We will see. So censorship is on the rise, and how do you think it would get reeled back? There was an interview between Trump and Starmer even, and Starmer had the gall to say, we're not censoring anyone. It's like freaking bull crap, you're not. Like, people are getting charged in the UK for Christian worship, like praying, what? You know. Yeah, have you not seen stuff like this? People have been charged. Like police officers have gone up to people that
for like people like praying in the street or something.
Yeah. Have you heard of that?
I heard something about that.
Yeah, I've heard of cases like that. This one actually happened in Canada recently, and so I need to go to where are my bloody bookmarks? If you bear with me, but this was a Christian concert band, right?
What?
So have a look at this. In Montreal, fines a church $2,500 for hosting a concert with Christian singer Sean. I can't pronounce the last name. The city says it revoked the permit because the event runs counter to the values of inclusion, solidarity, and respect that are championed in Montreal.
Oh, are they going to go shut down all the mosques?
No, they won't do that, Mike.
Oh,
they
my
won't
God.
do that.
What?
But Yeah, but when it comes to Christians, sharing their values openly, that's problematic. How dare they?
Well, there's no England anymore.
Well, that's in Canada. Like I think, like England, Canada, and Australia, you can almost put into the same box where things are just.
I think we should just take Canada, honestly.
Like a minute.
I wouldn't. Let America. I'm happy for America to overtake Australia. Invade us. Conquer us.
Invade me, please.
Give us that, constitution and protection. We would be very happy about that.
We're gonna come take Australia and give you all guns.
Yep. And so that is one aspect of censorship that is ramping up, and it looks like it's going to be getting worse in other parts of the world. So will it get reeled back? Only if the government gets voted out, or governments get voted out. Because to my understanding, this is affecting both the UK and the European Union, so Europe as well. And it seems like the UK is on board with it completely. And the big issue, so there's an issue in Australia, and I mentioned what that is. There seems like there might be light in the horizon with the UK because of reform and how reform is getting so much traction and momentum. But the only reason why Starmer and the censorious left-wing government got in there in the UK was because there wasn't a viable alternative, opposition for people to vote to. The Conservative Party over there is basically just, almost as left-leaning as is it their Labour Party? And
the Labour, I think, is their Democrats.
And so they didn't have any real viable alternative. And so the election results had some of the lowest voter turnout in the UK. It was massively low. And so the way that the Starmer got in power was that the Conservatives just had no one to vote for, so they didn't vote. And the left over there didn't get that much greater vote than what they usually got, but they got an overwhelming victory. And guess what? That's what's happened in Australia recently. Our left and right is Labour is left, and usually the Liberal Party or coalition, which is a group of parties, combining specifically the Liberals.
So you use liberal in the classical sense of the word.
Yeah. And that usually was our Conservative Party, but they lost the friggin' plot in the last election. And we get heaps of people just calling them Labour light. They become so left leaning that they lost my friggin' vote. I'm not going to vote for their nonsense. I don't want to, just a lesser form of woke nonsense government. Right. But unfortunately, the independent alternatives over here are also really unorganized. And as a result, Labour got this overwhelming victory in the last election because there was no actual conservative party for us to vote for. And so the conservative side of politics.
Do you have the same parliamentary system?
No, not the same. It's slightly different. We run on a preferential system, which is almost kind of screwing us over because a lot of the preferences. So if you vote for a party that doesn't get in, right? Those votes then get allocated to the preferences that you either list or is delegated by that party you voted for. And so your votes then go to the next kind of popular party. And some of the independents were giving their preferences to Labour. And if they didn't get in, right, because they don't have nearly enough votes, their votes then get allocated to a party that you would never want to vote for in 100 years. But that's how it. So the only way to try and avoid that is that you need to manually put in your preferences, because the preferences that will push to Labour. Now, the tactic that they said was by giving Labour a majority, that would push out an even more insane left-wing party called the Greens over here and get the Greens to lose seats to Labour. And they felt Labour getting more seats than the Greens was a better disaster than the alternative of the Greens getting more power. It's a complete friggin' mess, dude. And so a lot of conservative votes went to the friggin' Labour Party, and that's how they got this overwhelming, insane, like majority like turnout in the election, and we're kind of screwed. I don't know how Australia is going to get anything, back, get a Conservative Party in power for the next 10 years, dude. Like, I think we're screwed that much. And Labor doesn't actually have a majority consensus, a mandate from the people to pull the crap that they're doing, but they think that they do. And so they are just pushing some of the most insane policies that is screwing this country, utterly destroying it. And we're going the same way as what the UK has been going. And you think we could look at the UK and say, that's a bit of a warning sign. Maybe we shouldn't go down that path. But no, my opinion, I think there's a lot of corruption. I think a lot of people are getting, paid or incentivized behind the scenes to push certain policies in a certain direction. And yeah, just what the chat is saying, like same in the UK, Labour won on a small margin, right? But they think that, we have this mandate, and they are destroying our countries as a result. So that's where we're at with that. And as a result, these like internet censorship bills, which are a mask saying, it's, protecting children, I don't see how they're going to get repealed unless like the actual government gets completely replaced. But it doesn't look like that's happening anytime soon because we don't have a viable alternative. And so we're doubly screwed. And it feels like not only will it stay in, it's going to get worse because then they're going to try and, control, censor, do something to screw over people using VPNs and bypassing it to force internet ID. That's where we're at. So not really.
And that gives them the added benefit of being able to criminalize people that are right.
Criminalize people for their posts, because as soon as you take away anonymity, you said something, controversial. And in the UK, they have a thing. What is it called? It's non-criminal offense or something like that. But the police basically says, come to your doors like you haven't committed a crime, but you're on the books there. You've said something offensive online, and we need to talk to you about this, right? And that's been going on in the UK for a while. And some of
I saw videos of people like cops coming to like a teacher's house. What was he talking about? It was just about not agreeing with somebody's sexual preference thing, whatever. It's like, you're not actually a girl. And like the cops came to his house. Like, I'm like, what?
Yep. This chat pointed out it's called a non-criminal hate incident. And like, detectives come to like a grandma's house. Like, you said something problematic online. We need to educate you about your wrong thing. And a lot of these comments are just like, normal conservative opinions and views, like maybe that there's only two genders and people can't change their gender and stuff like that, right? Well, that's a non-criminal hate incident. It is gone.
By the way, is things everybody on Earth agreed to 10 years ago.
Yeah. We have gone so into clown world that normal common sense 10 years ago is now a non-criminal hate crime, basically. Holy crap. So I am worried for the future. I'm just trying to do my best to keep my head above water and protect my family. And what else can you do, unless things start to go really bad? And it feels like the guys in the UK, they've been saying, things are, ready to explode over here. I wouldn't not be surprised if even revolution isn't on the books with how bad things are going. And I'm not encouraging that, YouTube. I'm just saying I'm worried about the future because governments, institutions are trying to take away people's ability to voice their criticisms, their displeasure. And if what's the saying when peaceful protest becomes impossible, violent revolution becomes inevitable? Is that the saying? I can't word it exactly.
I think that's pretty close.
Pretty close. But that's exactly where they're going. They're trying to censor people online. That's inappropriate. We know your ID now. So we can come to your door and really, put the screws on, so to say. And that is a path to totalitarian disaster and nightmare. I'm praying for the UK. Like I said, the light in the end of the tunnel is that reform might get in, because the UK doesn't run on a preferential system that screws people over to stop and makes it really difficult for an independent party to get momentum. And as a result, reform is getting some momentum, and so maybe they'll do it. But Nigel Farage has dropped the ball in some massive, massive ways. Again, check out the Lotus Eaters for their coverage on what Farage has done. And so even if he gets in power, there's some concerns with old Farage there. But at least they got something. In Australia, we're doubly screwed because of the preferential system. The only way a true independent party will ever get power is if they get overwhelming kind of majority, that they become the most popular Conservative party, and good luck that ever happening, basically. If all the alternatives, the freedom parties that are called over here, were to make a coalition, then there might be some hope, but they're not unified. And so it's just come on, there are leaders of one party independent party that used to be, in another independent party, but because they didn't see eye to eye on some things, they left and formed their own party. And so we've got One Nation Libertarian Party, Trumpet of Patriots, and just a whole range of these independent parties that aren't unifying. And it's just Australia is screwed.
What you're saying is you need a two-party system.
We don't even have that. It's a uni-party over here at the moment.
Right, but you said it sounds like all your little dissident, semi-conservative libertarian parties need to form Voltron.
Yes, they do. And so that is going on. But YouTube is also getting worse in a lot of ways. So related to the topic, slightly changing gears, but it also related to the problem with overall internet censorship. I've been paying attention to what's going on YouTube a lot because it affects my livelihood, right? And YouTube has been on this path for nearly 2 years now, where I really started to see the effects. But in the last 2 to 3 months is when it just ramped up to 11. It's actually crazy. Okay, where I saw a big change in my analytics 2 years ago, where views just kind of went off a cliff, and it was instant. It was oh, that's a something changed. My brain just went dead.
The
Algorithm
algorithms.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, that was a definite change in the algorithm, where we can almost pinpoint to the exact time, which coincides with the time where they said that there's an update to the algorithm, where things just got so much harder. And that was a little over a year ago, nearly 2 years ago, perhaps. It's okay, well, but even then, I found a way to survive. And then in the last 3 months, many people have been talking about, holy crap, it's gotten even worse.
It nuked.
Have you seen it? You've heard people talking about this?
Yeah, I've been talking to JDA about it. He's like, his channel's practically dead all of a sudden.
Yep. This is going on with a lot of people. And it's the way it is working at the moment, it is the continual suppression and disconnection of subscribers and what you are trying to tell YouTube what you want to see. That is what is getting phased out incrementally, but almost in chunks. We do one big kind of suppression of it, and then they get to another one because, you must have adapted to the new norm. It's no, we're barely surviving. Well, screw you. Here's another thing that ruins things. Because I strongly suspect that the people in YouTube have discovered something about human nature, which I think is true. I'll like to hear your opinion on this, and also chat. Fill me in, okay? People will consume utter slop when given no other alternative. Do you think that's true, Mike?
Sorry, I was on another thing. I couldn't unmute. Yeah. I mean, it's okay. This is kind of a thing I've been talking about since the 90s. And there's good in this and there's bad in this, because in the 90s, or before the 90s, before cable television. In fact, I actually wrote this into my Savage Dragon miniseries that came out in 1997. So this is on paper. I've been talking about this for a long time. But in the old days, we had a shared experience. The America, whatever, you guys down there, everybody, you had a shared common cultural experience because half the country is watching the same thing every night.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then in the 90s, it started breaking up because of cable, or late 80s, early 90s. And then, there's 300, 1,000 channels, and people are like fractionalizing. And now I have my own channel. Like you have these little pockets of 7 people are watching this guy, 12 people are watching this guy, 1,000 people are watching this guy, 20,000 people are watching this guy, and ultimately, dude, it's disintegrated.
Look, hang on, look at this comment here from McSkittles. Earlier today, YouTube shut down a stream while a streamer was reacting to a gun video that was on YouTube.
Because you can't have guns live, but you can have guns uploaded. It's retarded.
It is utterly retarded.
Look, if I bring out my gun here right now, no, just kidding.
Mike, it is so retarded. Now, we're shifting topics to YouTube a bit, and I want to unpack so much of what you said, but let's quickly catch up on the super chats, because some of them are related to the previous topic. So Buddy Rabbit $5 says, I showed up Shad misquoting Kennedy. What did I miss? Right. We were talking about the censorship measures for protecting children, age verification, and all that nonsense that's going on in the UK, and how it's coming to Australia. Now it's going to be ruining everything because it's a backdoor to implement social ID, destroying anonymity online so they can target and go after people who make wrong think posts online. That's the summary. We talked about the examples of what's going on. Good to see you though, Buddy Rabbit. And Serenity to Witches for $20 says, I have obligations. We'll catch this on the replay. We'll catch you then. Thank you for doing the catch up and watching the stream after we are live. And also thank you for everyone joining us. Thank you to everyone. Just thank you to everyone. We appreciate you all. So TV is a good example of what I'm talking about when people don't have any other options, right?
They'll watch.
When people are in the mood to watch something, right? They will pick the most appealing option. They'll watch anything, and it's like almost like the least worst thing that they can find. And if you're old enough to remember just I was going to call it doom scrolling, that is flicking through the channels, just looking for anything, because you just want to watch something, turn your brain off, and you end up watching basically crap that you're not really interested in, but it's whatever you can find. It's like, they're talking about antiques. I don't really care about it, but okay, it's mildly interesting, and you just end up watching. I think this is proof about human nature, and YouTube, I strongly believe, have discovered this. I actually think they also discovered this through TikTok, where it's like, okay, if we just flood people with all these random videos, okay, and instead of listening to the user, what they want to watch by what they're subscribing to, what they're telling YouTube they want recommended, if we push in front of them, right, the stuff that most people are watching, doesn't need to be high quality. It's like, but a lot of people are watching this thing, and push that in front of them. It's a high chance that they'll watch that over the stuff that they are actually wanting to find. But here's the thing. What determines what most people are watching? The thing is, it's the algorithm in YouTube.
Right.
YouTube has already said for years that they rate content on a metric of quality. Okay, they literally say it, and they push higher quality content that they deem as higher quality. They have their own, and so We saw this so much with YouTube censorship during lockdowns, everything like that. That was misinformation. That was low quality content. Everything. I literally mentioned, and I've shared the quote from the former CEO of YouTube, literally saying this. Okay. And so YouTube is the larger determining factor if content gets lots of views on YouTube. It's not an organic process where if it's good quality content that people really like and they just end up watching heaps of it, that is not the thing that determines large viewership. YouTube does that.
Right.
But then once they look at most people are watching this thing, instead of listening to what people are subscribing for and what they're saying they want to watch, YouTube will say, well, this is the most popular thing. We're going to push that in front of you. And this is exactly what they've been saying. It's like, we are focusing less on subscriberships, but viewership experience. Like if you watch a thing on a subject, instead of recommending content from that same creator, we'll recommend content of the same subject that other people are watching lots of, but they're only watching lots of it if YouTube decides to push it in the first place. And then that gets pushed in front of them. And so it has become this just utter complete mess. And I think shorts have impacted this quite a lot in regards to the viewership algorithm at the moment. Buddy Rabbit drops a big 50. Dude, thank you. Weird AI actually makes this observation that as a parody artist, he does. So Weird Al. Weird Al. I was like,
good old Weird AI. I love
Weird AI. There's lots of weird AI. I don't think that was an unreasonable reading of it. There seems some weird AI out there at the moment. Weird Al actually makes this observation that as a parody artist, he doesn't have a good route of shared experience of top tens. The progress of our culture, content, and fracturing has led to higher levels of self-curated exact musical tastes.
Yep.
Yes. And that was kind of where YouTube was going. Where people were able to curate what they wanted to consume. YouTube is literally subverting that now. They wanting to take it away, where YouTube, right, wants the most views no matter what, and it cares not from where the views come. Okay? Like, doesn't care about the quality of views. It doesn't care about its creators, right? If there is just this sloppy content that if YouTube pushes in front of enough people, people will end up watching out of morbid curiosity and stuff. I talked about this with LitDev when we were reacting to Moist Critical, how AI slop videos were getting crazy amounts of views. And the only reason, I said that in that live stream, the only reason that was possible if YouTube pushed it like a banshee. Because it discovers that you push something enough in front of people's faces, they'll end up watching it for any number of reasons. And for the AI stuff, we're thinking morbid curiosity. Like, there's also this thing when I see a video pushed in front of me like 5 times, I start to wonder, why is this video getting recommended so much? Is there something in it that I'm missing? Right? And that creates almost a desire to click on it just to find out what's going on. Because I literally,
it's just standard advertising. You have if you see something 7 times or more, then you're interested. You know, you're curious.
I have seen this in my analytics. I have videos with lower click-through rates, right? And so what that means is it takes a higher number of impressions to get a view on this video, right?
Right.
And for some reason, YouTube has pushed that video insane, and it gets 500,000 views, right? And I have videos that have a much higher conversion rate where it would have taken far less impressions, right, to get a view. So if YouTube gave the same amount of impressions to this other video, it would have gotten twice as many views. But YouTube doesn't push that video, it pushes this one in particular and made it get huge views, even though the conversion rate was worse than many of my other videos. It shows that the system is completely rooted, because what that meant is there was something in that video specifically. There was a content flag, something in it that made YouTube say, I want people to watch this content. And therefore it got pushed massively, right? Because YouTube has found that if it just pushes the content in front of people enough, just like you said, sometimes it takes how many times, right?
7, yeah.
People will end up watching it when they're given no other options, right? They'll pick the least worst thing out of the recommendations they are given. So YouTube, I really feel, have discovered that truth that is like, oh, we can actually kind of control the entire thing, the entire system. We can force most of what, like, to a limit, because I think there is obviously some content that you'll never use, but there is like a low threshold of slop that we're willing to watch, what we wouldn't watch if we were given a better, option. And YouTube has discovered, well, if we kind of operate within that margin, just push this enough, we can get people to watch what we want nearly across the entire board. That's honestly where I think YouTube has gotten at this moment. And I got a good example of that. I'm going to share it. But we have another super chat. Market Reality, $5 says, isn't this censorship stuff a sign that they're losing and they're scared? Anyway, VPN use went up 1,000% in the UK after they passed a new law. There is a conspiracy that
that's why they're going to go after VPNs. Yeah.
Well, there is a conspiracy that this online censorship in the UK is being pushed by lobbies that are funded by VPNs because it is sending their sales through the friggin' roof. I don't know. I can't confirm that, but the government seemed to want to come after VPNs. I don't know how. I don't know how they could do that. It seems like that would be impossible. There's even ways that you can like make a VPN locally on your computer, I've heard. And so it's like you don't even need to pay for them at this point. And so they will try it. It seems like they're going to try. Oh, but holy crap. Buddy Rabbit, $5 to see you, mate. Says it could be, and I know, like I'm saying, it's good to see. I appreciate your super chats. That's what I'm saying. It could be considered a problem because when content was a mixed bag, it had a knock-on effect of allowing the sifting of the best to rise to the top. That's when it was organic. The problem with allowing people to watch what they want is that they get to watch things that either YouTube and other interested parties don't want you to see. That's that they don't like that. Buddy Rabbit, again, for $20 says, if everyone is micro-segregating into personalized content, we lose those cultural points of contact and no shared experience, the best possible content made for the widest audience. Everything in cinema is crap. But the thing is, though, right, is the best content that we would want most people to see isn't getting elevated to the top. There's not an organic system that enables that. In actual fact, YouTube is pushing some of the most low-effort slop stuff and incentivizing people to not make good content. You know, like in the last week, and the views have been so friggin' difficult, like almost apocalyptic, right? For me on my channel. My second last video did all right. Maybe I should bring it up and show you. So I go to Shadiversity. YouTube Shadiversity videos. So have a look at this.
I just got your message
on Discord.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I have no idea.
Oh my gosh. So
not
only do I have a direct example of this, Metatron has a direct example of this. So have a look at, right? Okay. So making content on YouTube. The last video we did was a really high effort, high detailed re-hilting, showing that you can take a cheap sword and turn it into a masterpiece, right? And so we're doing actual work. This putting an effort into it, making physical things, being physically on camera, right? And that video has just been nuked from existence. The recommendations on that video are so insanely apocalyptically bad, but the conversion rate, my audience is still interested in it if they ever got to see it. The previous public video, 55,000. And in the current environment, that's actually like not the worst now because holy crap, right? Well, do you know what this video is?
Mm-mm.
It's a low-effort reaction video with just me and Tyrant sitting in studio. We sat down and pumped out 10 of these videos in one day, right? And YouTube, I pushed that more than our high-effort, better quality content. And so what is YouTube forcing us to do if we want to try and stay in the algorithm, right?
Drama.
Just low effort react slop. It's still, I still think it's a fun video, but I'm only getting kind of one message by, now what's annoying, right? When YouTube bothers to recommend my actual better quality content, right? Have a look at this one. If I go back just 2 months ago, look at this one right here. 900,000 views. This is nearly at 1 million views. Okay. And this video is the same as so many of my other videos. Like it's this, like it is me doing my thing. And it shows if YouTube bothers to recommend my content, people watch it. They like it. All right. But instead of recommending, it only recommends this type of stuff in a blue moon now. Rarely. And it's like if I do something unbelievably golden in either the thumbnail title that or something, or something in the like video itself that gets YouTube to latch onto it, says, "Oh, bother to recommend this now," right? Unless something like that happens, it has just been nuking my higher effort content.
That's crazy.
And so, what am I left to do now? In that system, and Metatron has noticed the exact same thing, and so. Listen to what Metatron says. This is why YouTube is going to drive me completely insane. As you can see, today's video, which is an old school historical deep dive video, highly researched, well edited, well presented, is doing extremely bad with the algorithm. 10 out of 10 gray down arrow. So one of his worst like videos, right? Performing recently. Of the last 14 videos posted, 11 are my own original work and 3 are reaction videos. But as you can see, the good original videos are the worst performing as the algo doesn't even let my subscribers know that I made them. And people have been saying to Metatron, "You're not even making historical content anymore, Metatron," right? And he is, but when he does, YouTube just nukes it from existence.
Gosh, I wonder if there's a solution.
I'm not sure there is a solution for YouTube. I think YouTube is destroying itself. It'll still be around, but the YouTube we once knew is dead and gone. YouTube is a system that is only trying to prioritize slop and views and pushing what it wants you to watch. And so Metatron continues, not only that's a problem on its own, but it creates the following insanity loop. On those 3 reaction videos I made, I get assaulted and insulted by people telling me all you do is reacts. Why don't you make the deep dive history videos anymore? Unsubscribe. So not only I put in a monumental amount of work on this video and others like it, other videos like it is saying, and it doesn't do well at all, which is frustrating enough on its own, but I also have to be accused of not having produced it because the algo doesn't notify my subscribers and the only videos they see in the feed are the occasional reacts. As I say, in the long run, this is a recipe for complete mental breakdown. Like, what is he to do in that situation? Like, he has subscribers wanting that content that
Right.
YouTube is not showing them. They think he isn't making it, and then they unsubscribe and leave and start. Like, it is literally assassinating channels by what it's doing.
I think do you have to, even if when you're doing the React content, you have to remind people that you are making good content.
Yeah, one of the ways that I have been able to survive, barely, is making exclusive content for my supporters. That all right, like YouTube isn't like incentivizing me to make the content that you like and want to see, okay? But I can still make it for my dedicated group of supporters that really want it. If you're willing to just, give us a $1 a month, okay? And then wherever you subscribe, channel memberships, though channel membership, I'm not sure how right, but it's definitely Patreon and Subscribestar, you will get an email alert, right, when we publish that exclusive content. And I've had to move a lot of the content that YouTube just destroys and won't, promote and doesn't, and there's no incentive or financial, I guess, repayment to making the content, financial incentive to make the content, right? I've been able to move that to exclusive content, which does have, because people are paying for it. They want to see that content still. I think I would have had to have shut down Shadiversity if not for the supporters. It's gotten that bad, and it's only getting worse. And so that's been the thing that has enabled me to keep going. And what is annoying, right? People still love this content. Like my paid supporters have been going up consistently each week. Like not going down, going up. People are wanting the content, right? But YouTube has not been feeding them it, and not been showing it in the algorithm, because it knows that you'll watch this other slot that all we need to do is recommend it enough. And when you don't have any options, you'll watch what we want. And for some reason, it's really pushing just React content like insanity.
And what? Funny? I mean, why reaction content?
I think because it is more broadly appealing. Okay, React content has always been quite popular. Okay, and because it's popular, YouTube thinks, well, that means the minority of people who aren't watching it will like it more than what they're watching. And so it tries to push them, push the React content on them as well. And literally phasing out other content that is not as broadly appealing, even if the minority group of people would prefer watching higher quality non-React content, because there's a larger group of people already watching and consuming a lot. YouTube thinks that's the stuff that's more popular. We're going to push that in front of you instead of the stuff that you've said you want based on your subscribership status. Yeah. It is pushing popular content over your selected curated content, whether you like it or not. It is literally thinking, well, you should like it because everyone else likes it. So here you go.
It's just putting its thumb on the scale.
Exactly. Because I don't think it's a mistake or an oddity that my React video has done better than, and same with Metatron, his React videos are doing better, right, than other things. And if we want to survive,
you know what you should do?
What
you
should we
do? React videos of your other content.
I might. Don't tempt me. What's interesting, I also think YouTube prioritizes newer channels over older channels. And so older channels have been suffering a lot. And I've been doing this for over 10 years now. And how do I know that YouTube prioritizes newer channels over older channels?
I think they said so.
Well, they said so. But I have a direct example, Mike. I've shared this on a stream before.
Right out and said it.
Well, I've said this on a stream before, right? I have 4 new channels.
Mm-hmm.
They're foreign language channels.
And they're banging.
Especially my Spanish channel. My Spanish channel is doing great, man. Like if I go to videos, right?
And are you just reformatting like all your old classic stuff?
So I'm working with a company that dubs my content through AI, so it's still my voice, and I sound great. I sound really good, right? And taking my old content, right, is just as popular now as the day it was made because it's evergreen. It's not tied to like a social topic or anything like that, right? But YouTube has buried old content. My backlog has been nuked. It does not show my backlog barely at all. That's where I used to get the lion's share of my views and revenue was backlog views. Now it is decimated. Okay. But do people still want to watch it? Hell yes. Like, look right here. Like last 3 months, this one has had 94,000 views, 64,000 views, 45,000. Oh, these are all views.
Los nunchakus son ridiculous.
Yes. Isn't it great? Right? But this shows that this content is just as popular currently as the day it was made. And so if YouTube recommended the content that is these videos that are still on my English main channel, right? It could have gotten an additional 900,000, 200,000 views easy because English is a larger audience than Spanish. And there are so many new users that have never seen these videos at all. And and they're still doing well. This channel is growing consistently, and the content, And even newer videos also do well.
Yeah, and you have what 7,000 subs. That's it, and
this
getting
only
90,000
has
views. Yeah.
7,000 subs, and some of these videos have 90,000 views. Like if I got these views when I first started YouTube, I would have been like over the friggin' moon. This channel is only 4 months old, dude.
Yeah.
Only 5 months. 5 months old. Like holy crap. For a channel this size, you would expect about 700 views a video usually, and that would be good, right? The fact that a lot of the videos are getting over 1,000 is phenomenal, but then you have ones that like Nunchucks, 39,000 views. My Boo Baba one, 31,000, right? 4,000, 17,000. And so, yes, the content is still popular, but YouTube just is saying, no, it's time for you to go push you out to pasture. You've done your time. Your channel's old. Get rid of you. So I don't know what the future will be for YouTube for people like me. I honestly don't know. Because YouTube just cares about views, and it cares not from where the views come. Doesn't need to be quality, doesn't need to be the stuff that you want or subscribe to. It just pushes the other popular content as much, and it knows when given no other option, you'll still watch. Still watch. That's where we're at with that. My gosh. I want to mix Skittles. We're working on it. I so want to get that Japanese channel up and running. I think I'm going to get Korean before Japan.
What are the other highest viewed languages? I figured Spanish would be huge.
Spanish is up there. Spanish is one of the bigger ones, which is why the Spanish channel is doing better than the other foreign language channels, because bigger audience. I don't know how big Japanese is. I just have a feeling that the content is going to do well in Japan. Japan loves swords. They love swords.
Yeah.
And so I have a connection with Japan over that. I was like, you guys, you'll like this content. Maybe if the foreign language channels do pick up and to start to do quite well, maybe that'll be the thing that'll keep me around. And I'll make content on Shadiversity that will get buried and no one sees, but then that will get translated into the other languages and people will see it there. Do not know. There has been speculation, Master of the TDS kind of dropped this, about that YouTube has also changed the way it counts views. Have you heard this theory?
No.
So they said it was for shorts specifically, but views started to go off a cliff a couple of months ago when this change came in. And so people are suspecting that the way it's counting views has also been affected on long form videos. That there is a difference between a view and an engaged view. An engaged view was something that wasn't on the analytics like even a year ago. I don't remember seeing engaged views. It was just views. What they're saying is that the old metric was engaged views, and now they're changing between views and engaged views, where a view, if anyone clicks on the video and the video appears for any number of time, that's a view. YouTube used to not count that. They're saying this. They're saying it. I don't know how trustworthy it is, right? That if you just watch a video for a second and click off, that wouldn't be counted as a view. You need to stay on the video for a certain amount of time, and especially if you like or add a comment, that it will be counted as an engaged view. Now, back in the day, you didn't need to like or comment. It was just so long as you stayed on the video long enough, that would be a view. Well, with shorts, they have changed that, where anyone who clicks on a short, that's a view. But if you stay for a certain amount of time, that will be an engaged view. And the theory is that YouTube is actually hiding what a regular view is and only counting engaged views. It could be the case. I don't know. I haven't been able to confirm it. I wouldn't put it past YouTube for doing something shifty like that. But if that's the case, it means, okay, liking and commenting under videos become more important for creators than ever. So guys, everyone on this live stream, like the live stream. I rarely ever shill that, and it's not my instinct to do it. Like the video, but now I have to try and remind myself, and I forget because it's not reflex to just do the whole like the video, guys, because now it seems like if that's going to be an important metric that's going to help videos, I'm going to have to kind of try and push that in every single video.
Like, subscribe, share, do all that fun stuff.
Do all that stuff. Comment and like is the key.
Oh yeah, comments are the biggest, actually.
Comments. Yeah. And people can't drop a comment because we're in a live stream. So like it, guys. If you're here, like live stream, really helps out.
That's true.
And it actually does. Thank you. You're doing your job. Big Skittles, like it, damn you.
Do you notice, like on my channel, my live views don't count towards time.
I don't know.
Like I do a live stream and then it's like right after the live stream, it says, I have this many hours. And then like a little while after the live stream is like logged in, all those hours disappear and it just starts at 0. And it's like, it has to be people who watched it after it uploaded.
I have not noticed that. That is odd, Mike.
It's annoying.
It is. I can friggin' imagine. So this isn't the first time that YouTube has killed off creators with algorithm shenanigans. It did it to old school animation channels when it prioritized watch time. And so there was a whole heap of animation channels getting pretty good views, but their videos were like only a minute long because it took so long to animate stuff.
Mm-hmm.
YouTube changed the algorithm to push and prioritize watch time. So people, longer they watch, more recommendations they got. And that just decimated the early animation scene on YouTube completely. And, basically they could do nothing about it.
Yeah.
They lost their channels. It's happened before, and it's happening again to a lot of creators, and Shadiversity is really under that, but a lot of other creators have been suffering from this. And so
YouTube has a history though of screwing over creators like this. I remember when Crowder, right, came in and like suddenly that he'd lost all his monetization for what, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like you sit there and you build an entire business based off of the model that they offered you, and then when they decide it's time they want to change their model, you're just left out in the wind.
Yeah. And so I've been trying to build sustainability off platform through dedicated content and supporters, and it's been growing. And it actually makes up over 50% of our revenue, the lion's share, but it doesn't comprise all our revenue. We still are reliant on that ad revenue, and it's been getting worse and worse. And so we're yet to see, because these last 4 months have been the worst I've seen on YouTube like ever. And this is when after my channel started to get traction, right? Because of course, when you first start out, your videos barely get any views. But after it started to get traction, right now is like the worst I've ever seen it on YouTube. It is so bad. And as a result, we've only been able to survive because of that support. Will it be enough? We'll find out. Because it's gotten so bad recently, we have to find out, are we even sustainable? Because ad revenue went off a cliff, 4 years ago, then it went off another cliff 2 years ago, and the last 4 months, it's gone off another cliff. It's like decimated. It's almost non-existent now. And now I have to actually go through the budget and see, are we even survivable at this point? Because things aren't good, man. We will see. I have other projects that I've been working on that might, shift my focus, but I got to see how it plays out. A big one is my next book. When I saw things really get bad last year, I was like, okay, if things continue the way it is projected, which they have, right? YouTube very likely could die. What can I do to try and support my family? And I was like, all right, possibly my writing. That would be in fact, that'll be my first option, but it's just been so hard to get writing done. But this year I've just restructured everything to focus on writing, and get my next novel finished. And I am on track with my projection, except that the book is larger than I had predicted. So I thought I would have finished the book by now. But I
look at
haven't.
Mr. George R. Martin over here.
Yeah. I haven't, right? Not because I haven't written the level of words that I projected I felt I could do within that time frame, but the book is longer than because I don't want to cut corners. I don't want to cut anything short. I want to make sure every scene gets given the attention and time it needs, and it's turning out really good. I'm freaking so excited for it, but it's a big boy. It's already over 200,000 words, and it's not done yet. And so the projection now is to finish it by the end of the year, and hopefully I'll survive until then, right? And launch the book with some really fun stuff. Like I'm developing a sword, Mike, because the Shadiversity katana. I was able to design a real sword, and so that was awesome. That same company I'm working with to produce a replica of the sword of the novel I'm currently writing. I've designed it and everything. But this isn't a wall hanger. This isn't like a, Lord of the Rings replica. This is a real serious business battle ready sword that I've designed. That is like, it might be a competition cutter grade sword. It is insane, this thing, right? And it's also the replica of my book. And I want to launch that with the book, and I have other plans, and I'm doing fun things that hopefully will sustain me through these difficult times. And I've got nothing to complain. A lot of people doing a lot harder than me, and I've been very blessed through my time and success on YouTube. And even though views are off a cliff, I'm still getting views, and I'm still very lucky. There's a lot of people that would still love to be in the position I'm currently in, so I don't want to be ungrateful about any of that. Just need to try and survive. I do have employees, and I do have overheads that I need to cover, and bills, and all that stuff. But that is where we're at the moment. And the same thing with like the censorship over, in the UK. I don't see YouTube getting better at all. I don't see them reeling this back. I think the current recommendations that prioritizing the popular content is based off of the type of TikTokification of recommendations. And they've said that. They've literally said, the way we recommend content now is similar to, TikTok and shorts and things, which has just killed off many types of long form content that relied on subscriber curation. Yeah. And I don't think they're going to reel it back. I don't think at all. I think their views on YouTube are up, and that is just going to incentivize them to push it further. I think it's going to be getting worse. So it's kind of a black pill stream. I'm sorry, guys.
Bit of a downer.
Bit of a downer. The world's going to hell. The answer is secure yourself and your family, right? You have control over your immediate environment, immediate surroundings. I can't change the world. I'll raise my voice, right? And speak up. I can only do what I can do. And so when you see things going, in a bad direction, you have to just weather the storm and do your part in trying to push back against it.
The hatches. So
batten the hatches. That's exactly right. That is exactly right. Catching up on some of the super chat.
Hey, little side note. These markers, I got these from a recommendation from your brother. Your brother's video. I went to go, look what's a good cheap alternative to Copics, and he had a couple of videos on these Ohuhu markers, and so I bought some, and they're fantastic. So
he's been recommending
to your bro.
Good stuff. He's been recommending those for a while now. But yeah, working out good. It looks good.
Yeah, real good stuff.
That chrome effect you've put on Colossus there. Is it Colossus? Yeah, that looks great.
Thank you. Want to zoom in on it?
Yeah, dude. Like, I need to zoom in. How do I full screen? Solo layout. Check that out. And yeah, that chrome effect is just awesome. And
it would be better if I didn't have my green screen on. Hold on.
Possibly. But no, we've been able to see it for most of the stream. The thing that kind of impresses me, right, that I wouldn't think is intuitive, to get a good chrome effect, the actual chrome color there is slightly brown, isn't it? Or got a yellow tinge to it. You'd think it's like, no, it's metal. It needs to be gray. But no, to get the right chrome effect, you've got to, it's got this brown.
You're reflecting basically it's like reflecting a desert.
Yeah. And to me, that would not have been intuitive, and just like, I've always been bad with color anything. Just bad at coloring. Yeah.
It's never been my forte, but like doing all this coloring on whatnot is really kind of up to my color skills. Out of necessity, basically.
But dude, it looks great.
Thank you.
Awesome stuff. So grabbing some of these super chats. Caliv Knight for £5 or euros. I get them mixed up. To reply to Mark of Reality, I think it's a sign of them losing, but it's a spooked raid on any suspects, not a final stand. That comes in like years. Yeah. I don't think that. I don't think they're close to defeat in the UK and Australia. I think they actually have been able to entrench themselves because our conservative parties have just screwed the pooch. That they've got the reins for at least 10 years, I reckon. I hope I'm wrong. I friggin' hope I'm wrong. But that's my black pill opinion at the moment. Mark of Reality for $2 says, make a how-to vid to make a VPN using AI. I don't know how to do that, but some ordinary gamers, he's got a video on the censorship at the moment, and I think from memory, he literally shows you how to make a local VPN just on your computer that you don't need to pay for. So you can check out some ordinary game. Is it some ordinary games? It's the Indian guy with the US accent that's like Mudaha. That's the guy, Mudaha. And Judah for $5 says, some people think 1984 is a goal. They want to be tyrants. Side note, Raymond Ibrahim and Winston Marshall fight back against terrifying propaganda. Don't know them, but thank you for the super chat, Judah. We appreciate the support.
Accurate. I've said that so many times in my life that the left thinks 1984 was an instruction manual.
Yeah. I haven't gone deep into that stuff. It's more like I get the surface kind of reading of a lot of American politics, and then only go deep on the occasional thing. But hey, Mike, why don't we shift gears? We've covered some of the meaty subjects. We can shift gears to some stuff that's a little lighter, perhaps. But we will see, because a couple of trailers have come. Oh, first off, before we get to trailers, have you been able to see Fantastic Four?
No, my kids saw it and they loved it.
Yeah, look, it has I can see why people like it. I also feel like it's bottom of the what's the term? We've had such bad content that anything that is mediocre feels like a breath of fresh air. I think it's quite mid, but I can see why people like it. And if you pay attention to the plot, though, for me it becomes bad. I was quite critical on it. I think it's a technically better film than, say, Superman, but I enjoyed Superman more. I actually enjoyed Superman more.
My kids like that too. I just haven't had time to go see the movies. I wish I could have gone and see them with them, but just don't have the time.
So we have some trailer drops. There is Starfleet Academy.
I did not see that one yet.
Yeah. There is a new trailer for Avatar, Fire and Ash.
I did see that. Underwhelming.
I haven't watched it yet. I've bookmarked it. And we have a trailer for Eyes of Wakanda.
What?
It's an animation. Disney Plus animation. I think that's the one I've least interested in.
Yeah, I'm not interested in that at all. Because I'm totally racist. No, just kidding.
They accuse you of that.
That I don't care. The Avatar thing, it's just a bad trailer. It's like all the little snips of words and stuff. It's like it's pedantic. I'm going to say that. It's like, let's focus everything about this trailer on the visuals, because it was the visuals in the first Avatar that made everybody want to go out and kill themselves because they don't live in a world as beautiful as Avatar. Remember that stuff?
I do. That was wild.
And then you watch this, it's like, just there's no meat in this freaking trailer.
I mean, I really didn't like Avatar 2. I thought Avatar 2 was an atrociously written.
I didn't like Avatar 1.
I could enjoy Avatar 1. I haven't really like studied the plot. Like, let's break this down and like what I usually do in reviews. I just because I watched that at a time when I was just watching, and it's like, oh, it's enjoyable enough. It's like, you know, romances with wolves plot, you know, noble savage basic
It is
stuff, right?
Dances with wolves in space, yeah.
In space, yeah. It's basically Dances with Wolves in space. Gee, there's a deep cut. That's an older film. The modern generation probably have no idea about it. That was Kevin Costner when he was, you know, rearing on old
Just
cylinders.
a young kid with a dream.
Yeah. Man, Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. That is like the GOAT Kevin Costner film.
You know we're never going to agree on that, so don't bring it.
I love it so much. I love it. But then he made Waterworld, and then his career just disappeared for a while. You see him now occasionally. He got a big boost with Yellowstone and things. But now, yes, Avatar. Like, let's react and watch to some of this trailer.
You know,
already
the people's voices sound like they're overlaid onto a video.
Possibly, or you could be getting an echo through the way it's sharing. So, you know, okay. So already it feels like this movie is trying to bank on the visual effects. Like, look how pretty this is.
Yeah, 100%.
You know? It's just, and is that like why Avatar's like the movies have been crazy successful?
Yeah.
And the first one is debatably good. I don't have too much of a strong opinion on, but the second one is absolute crap as a film on a technical level, right? Still made loads of money. Is it because it's just pretty? Is that what?
I honestly can't tell you because I didn't like the first one.
Chad is saying yes, pretty visuals. Yeah. Try and improve the writing. The world building is so basic as well, in all honesty.
Yeah, super.
Like, if you want good world building, go to books, go to fantasy or sci-fi books, you know. Orson Scott Card has some of the best sci-fi world building if you check out his novels, not just Ender's Game. Go a bit further. Look at his books like Pathfinder and stuff, right? Orson Scott Card world building in science fiction is just top friggin' tier. He's one of the masters.
The strength of the ancestors is here.
Well, it's not capturing me so far. It feels like the people making this film have more than just a passing attraction to the Na'vi. Am I the only one like thinking that? I don't know.
Yeah, they're furries.
They're furries. You get those vibes, don't you?
Yeah. But you'll see that's just first line, super cliche, right? Everything is just cliche. It's trite. It's just throw it in a blender, put pretty visuals on it, and I don't know. I already hate this. And you know me, right? I'm always the give something a chance guy.
You are. Where am? Oh, I'm trying to.
I'm always the give something a chance guy, and this
you're very charitable.
Annoyed me.
We would have known that. Thank you for telling us that James Cameron directed it. So, okay, this is where I start to get like goofy vibes, where it's like, because the whole thing about Avatar is technology bad, native populations good, all that stuff. And they want these native Na'vi people to compete with, be able to fight off people with advanced technology, with bows and arrows. It's like,
right.
I'm not there with you guys. You know, that was, if you really think about that battle in the first film, it's like, I'm not sure the bows and arrows would be nearly as effective as they're showing here.
And now they get to enslave the giant floating jellyfish for group travel, right? Slavery is alive and well on.
I do that to the animals. they arguably sexually assault their animals to use them.
Oh yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like the world building gets weird in
this.
this.
Grossed me out about this whole thing.
Yeah. This is interesting because the avatar world building is a dumb guy's idea of smart world building. I get those vibes. And so because they want these native, primitive tribal alien race to compete with technology, they're just going to be giving them organic technology now that they just get from like the planet is so bonkers magical anything that there is going to be an animal that enables the Na'vi to achieve difficult technological feats and just lets them cheat there. And so now they have sky ships.
You know who would fit right into this world?
What?
Jar Jar Binks.
I can see it. Oh. Yeah, look, the airships with animals now. Because
and that is technology. That's not all an animal. You've got one animal strapped to the front. You've got another animal that is the giant jellyfish dragging its tentacles, right? So you've got a crew of animals enslaved to make, travel you around this world.
It feels convoluted at this point. It's like we need them to be able to achieve something. We'll just make another animal to do it. And I think they're going to be doing this with interstellar travel, or at least travel between planets. Space travel, weren't they implying that the Na'vi will leave the planet or something like that? But I'm worried that that's where they'll go to, that they'll give the Na'vi space flight through organic animal, just another magical animal that'll enable it. That's what I'm feeling. It feels very self-congratulatory. Like it looks so pretty.
It's a wicker basket. Did you see it? Back it up a second. It's like it's all strapped together with. Yeah. It's a wicker basket. Yeah. It's a giant floating wicker basket.
Yeah, it is. Because they don't. Nails are bad. Any type of complex engineering bad. It has to be all organic, natural means. These are native people. They reject technology, so they will just wrap it up with insane amounts of rope. How many trees would they have had to have tore down, or and what tree enables them to make all this rope, or a vine or whatever, right? That would be decimating so many of those plants to make that thing. Yeah, I'm getting no plot. This is just visual after visual. It's pretty, guys. Be interested because it's pretty.
Well, they'll have another little cliche clip here in a second.
Yeah, we'll get to a cliche line again. I think you're right. Eventually, I'm worried about being pinged for copyright, so I will be pausing it regularly. They did this guy friggin' dirty in the last film. I don't remember much of the last film, but I remember being pissed off by them just basically abandoning him. It's like, but he's really part of the family, and so seeing him again.
I never saw the second one.
What? You did?
That's how much I didn't like the first one.
Well, you're not missing much. It's a bad film. But I remember so much. They did this guy bloody dirty. So dirty. My gosh. Say no to the blue furries. Say no, people. They're a foreign alien race that wants to destroy humanity. Maybe they don't.
With dreadlocks.
A bit hyperbolic there, but yeah.
With blue skin, blue stripes, and just brown dreadlocks.
Yeah. You are absolutely right to call them furries, and I know you're not the first one, and I think of it, but I'm starting to embrace that more. These guys are furries. They are furries.
Yep.
You cannot live like this, baby. In hate.
Oh,
so bad.
Wow! When I was expecting another cliche line, they went past my, expectations right there. Wow.
That's just bad writing.
Oh, cliche as they come, man.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow.
It's funny to embrace the the dark side because of how much I dislike this trailer. I'm not giving this a chance. I'm not even going to go see it. I'm not going to watch it when it's free on Amazon. I'm no interest.
Well, I have a review channel here on Nice.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
And I probably wouldn't be bothered to see it. I actually care so little about the Avatar franchise. Yeah, I wouldn't bother to watch it either. But because people want to know if it's good or not, and so many people gave that second film a free pass when it was so crap. You can check out our review on Night's Watch. We have a review on Night's Watch of the second Avatar film, breaking down why it's garbage, right? And so many people were gassing it up. Couldn't. I'm surprised to see desert on this planet or just wasteland, because I thought the planet was just full of
Is that the fallen tree from the first Avatar?
Oh, it might be. You're right. So this was caused by the humans,
right?
Terrible humans,
right?
There would never be a wasteland on this. What's the name of the planet again? I forget.
Furryland.
But the humans, they did this. Humans bad guys, remember that. Except that human, but even though they treat him like crap and abandoned him to die, yeah.
If there's something you can do.
Oh, we're in for another banger cliche right here.
Let's go. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Then you must do it.
It's okay. The Na'vi are all slightly retarded, so they can't really elucidate with good verbiage.
If there's something you could do, then you must do it. What nonsense is that? I can go and murder someone. Doesn't mean I should.
She's like, if you're gonna do it right.
And that would have been cliche enough. This line is actually worse.
Yeah.
Holy crap. Is this the quality of writing that we are going to be seeing in this film? My gosh.
I mean, he's right there. He could punch her in the face right now. So
yeah,
according to her, he should punch her in the face right now.
He should punch her in the... Oh, wow. Wow. Okay. My expectations were low, but holy crap, And yes, their planet's name is Pandora. Thank you, chat, for reminding us.
The heroes are coming. Here we go. Let's get them heroes in there.
These
wipe out the furries.
Yeah. The humans were the good guys all along.
Oh, that'd be a great story, actually. The humans come in and wipe out the furries.
They have like technology of flight and interstellar travel. Why are they making really large boats when they can just like hover? And it annoys me, right? I like ship. No, okay, all right. The way I say it could be misinterpreted. SHIP. Ship porn. Have you heard of that before, Mike?
No.
Spaceships.
I understand what you're saying.
Yeah.
I've just never heard of it.
Never heard of it? Well, no, it's it's called ship porn. Where it's just like awesome sci-fi spaceships. I design my own sci-fi spaceships. I'm a sucker for that stuff. And even though this is a dumb concept, because why would you need a boat? It's cool sci-fi designs, and I'm like, I hate that I like the look, even though it's a dumb concept. Because I'm a sucker for ship.
I don't mind. Cameron usually does some or hires people to do good ship designs. So.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Is this like the bad human avatars that are wearing?
Yes, the heroes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this one's
Mm.
probably supposed to be like
These are the more savage Na'vi
yeah.
that they need to ally with.
the Mohicans or
Yeah.
the Mohawks, right?
Yeah, yeah, and are they the fire tribe because they live near a volcano?
U.S.
How did you-
City says the Sith Navi.
Well, yes, unironically, because the first Na'vi were the tree Na'vi, and the second film they go to the water Na'vi, and now they're going to the fire Na'vi who live near volcanoes. I bet.
Well, when are they going to get to the industrialist Navi?
Yeah, yeah. Can we see those? They're the edgy Na'vi. Yeah, I like what you said. The Sith Na'vi is a perfect descriptor for them. Fire Na'vi. They have fire powers as well.
Wow, they're really going into the Avatar thing.
Yep, I'm going to be doing
Firebenders, earthbenders.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, so you said the second movie was the Waterbenders?
Yeah, yeah. I don't remember them. They just had, like they rode. They could speak with like animals a bit better, like fish better, and they would ride whales and things. And they had this whole thing about bonding with a whale, and then the whale would like wreck their sci-fi boats, even though they should be in the air.
I always thought a whale bonder would be way too big for a human size.
Yeah, let's not go there.
Awu Inu says, "Is this when the Fire Nation attacks?" Apparently, this is the Fire Nation scene. Yes.
Fire arrows as well. They're leaning into that fire thing.
Wait, wouldn't that be technology?
Well, I mean, so are bows and arrows technically,
right?
But we can't expect them to be consistent with their, technology, industrialization, bad stuff. See, he's using a gun. I forget his name, but that's probably the main character guy again. Because he's a former Marine, is a human that's abandoned his humanity.
The children.
The children. This is cheap. This is like we need to get them invested. Children in danger. We'll go with that. Go with that. And again, I think his name is Spider. Isn't this guy's name Spider? Like we care about family when you abandoned that guy and didn't give us stuff about him.
I hate this trailer.
Sorry, what?
I just hate this trailer.
Yeah, I'm not getting anything out of this.
No.
I feel it's like trying to sell itself on the visuals, and for me, that feels like cheap. I was like, no.
I want a trailer that gives me a nugget of the story that hooks me into, like I want goosebumps. I want to feel like I want to be invested in this story. I don't give a damn about anything in this.
Yeah, I'm getting nothing from it. Like this is, so where were we up to? We were here.
No, Spider.
Oh, Spike or Spider, whatever. You didn't care about in the last film. I don't care about in this film. Is he on Earth?
That's Earth. Looks like.
That looks like Earth, or because I'm assuming that would. But no, they're wearing masks. People in the background are wearing masks. This obviously must be a colony. And more humans are there, and there's press and everything, and so this is a colony on the planet. Oh, they're gonna do the animal space flight,
and we will find another way.
Oof. Dude.
Wait. If you can do a thing, you should do it. But we'll find another way.
We'll find another way. But I know that goes because if they can't do the thing, they can't do it, so they will find another way. Oh, the writing on this trailer is atrocious. And now just big visuals. We had visuals before. Now these are big visuals. Get sucked in, people.
And I can't stand the proportions of the Na'vi.
Yeah.
It looks just goofy.
Yeah. I agree. Oh, now they're
No.
fighting the fire people.
Lots of grunting.
Yeah.
Very, very
Rah!
grunty.
See, that's the evil Sith one getting smacked by an arrow. He's got a weird crossbow bow. That is. Oh my gosh.
I believe the word you're looking for is retarded.
Absolutely retarded. Do you know why it's retarded, Mike? Why it's retarded? It's
I'm trying to look at how they're. Oh, okay. So they're twining the two ends of the string together in the
to get
middle
like
for about right to get a singular.
Do you know what you could do to achieve the same thing? Just make a thicker bow. All you need to do is make the one bow thicker to get the higher poundage to get the same draw weight that two bows crossed over would achieve. You freaking retards!
Yeah.
What is this crap? Oh my gosh!
And
This is
how
just
do they draw that against their body?
I that actually
And
means
look how wonky the grip is
Yeah,
because
like,
he's
to
holding the
draw a
front bow and the
Oh
back
my
bow is somehow connected to it, but he's got a. Oh my god,
bow to draw a bow like that,
dude! You got a video right there. How stupid are the
Dude.
Navi bows?
Dude, thank you. Yes, that is. I'm doing a friggin' dedicated video on this crap. Thank you, and I'll even test it out because it's so retarded and nonsense. Because like you don't have leverage to draw a bow like that. You're not engaging your muscles at all.
You
like,
can't
draw a bow
grip
like,
it.
No, this is retarded on so many levels. And so that means the bow must be really low draw weight, which is like, why are you crossing it over to get double then? Because
to make it more unwieldable.
And if you're going for a higher draw weight, just make it thicker, you idiots. This is so profoundly dumb.
And if you wanted to double it, you could make a shorter bow within the longer bow. Right? So you have like a straight
straight
bow,
do that.
and then you have a curved bow, and then you could line the lines on both of them.
I think they've done this in Avatar, and I haven't commented on it because similar things have kind of existed and kind of not, but where they have a small bow that's on the inverse side to a regular bow and they connect the strings. And do you know why they didn't really catch on, Mike? Why it wasn't a common thing?
I imagine it's kind of not unwieldy, but like it'd be difficult to maintain the string, right?
To achieve the same result, is just make a thicker
bow
with higher poundage. It's not rocket science.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I need to remember to react to that because that is it. You're right. That is
here. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds. Don't move it.
All right. I'm not moving. What are you doing?
I'm gonna screen cap it and send it to the.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because dude, that is a gold video. I'm filming this tomorrow. Because when did this trailer drop? I only saw it on Twitter today, so I might be able to get a tight turnaround.
I just saw it today.
Yeah. I might be able to get the video out on the weekends, because this is a gold video. All right, thank you, Mike.
You got it.
Get pinged. Does he have more dreadlocks there?
Is that the same guy?
I think it's the same guy. I think it's the main character. I don't know.
I don't know.
I have difficulty recognizing.
He might have feathers.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. Oh no, the guy you didn't care about is about to die because they want to. Now this film is going to try and sell us that they really do care about him now, guys. Trust us.
Yeah, but he doesn't have a mask on.
Oh yeah. Now this is all been like they care. They're hugging. Big music. I get annoyed when I can tell a film or a trailer is trying to emotionally manipulate me. The key to and look, all films essentially do this, but the key to make a good film is to make it unnoticeable. When I see that this is like, blatant manipulation, like, look, he's hugging his family. We want you to be invested about it. It's like, no, I can see what you're doing, and you've failed because I don't care about these characters.
I like that she's got a spark plug hanging off of her braid there.
Yeah, this kind of thing. It looks a bit spark pluggy. Oh, that's like a doubly bad Sith, because not only is he bad Sith because the red, he's wearing the human protective vest, and so he's a Sith human avatar bad guy. And this is the main bad guy of the film. Just look at him. He's the big bad. That's my guess. Oh, look, and they're fighting as well with like something happening in the background.
What in the heck?
Is that's like human tech being sucked into a vortex. I don't know.
Wait.
Grunt.
More grunting. More grunting. Menacing, evil Sith Navi. Dum. Be invested.
Your goddess has no dominion here.
All right, hang on. I didn't hear that.
Your God has no dominion here, or something like that.
Let's listen to it again.
Goddess.
Okay.
Your goddess.
Goddess. Oh, okay. Because this character, that's like Sigourney Weaver's child or something weird thing, right? That is half human, I think. Man, it's been a long time. Like I've watched the second Avatar movie once and I hated it. Never watched it again. So I can only remember fragments of it. Okay. But she's like, there's something weird about this character. And so she's considered a goddess now because she's the one that's like, being held by the evil Sith Navi. And so your goddess has no power here, which is another very, cliche-ish sounding line.
Has no dominion here.
Oh, no dominion here. Maybe no. So their goddess is the sentient like plant life. They worship that. Okay, because remember how they were worshipping the plant at the end of Avatar 1 to transfer consciousness? Because again, plant life can just do things that complex technology can do whenever they need it to in the plot. That's right. They worship the planet and the plant life, and because these evil Sith Navi, they worship fire. All right, I'm seeing what they're trying to do here. Yeah, the goddess is the glowy tree. That's right. Wow, there we go. Avatar, Fire and Ash. That looks crap.
Yep.
Yep.
I have no love for that.
Wow. And I'm going to have to review it because that's my job.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
I do it so you don't have to, Mike. It's my pleasure to do it. Oh, there we go. Amazing stuff. Be excited, people. Be excited.
Fire and Trash. That's the name of your title of your review.
Realm Never to Be Seen for $5 says Dances with Wolves in space, but somehow worse. Also, love Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves trailer. Yes, well done. Thank you, sir. Because it's obviously a person making the arrow noises. I just love Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves. It's the greatest Robin Hood film ever made. It's one of the greatest films ever made. It is just, what other film has such glorious lines like, I'm going to cut your heart out with a spoon? And Alan Rickman's delivery is just gold.
Well, Alan Rickman is never wrong in anything.
I mean, his Sheriff of Nottingham is the greatest ever. Like, not Snape, not any role. His greatest role, hands down, is the Sheriff of Nottingham.
Him in Quigley Down Under.
I remember that. I remember Quigley.
So good in Quigley Down Under.
He's the best. He's the best in Prince of Thieves. I love it. Why a spoon, cousin? Because it's dull, you twit. It'll hurt more. And cancel Christmas. He's great. He's one of the greatest villains ever. That's my wife, crone. That's just every line he gives is just a banger. Guys, if you haven't seen Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, don't sleep on it.
It's mid.
Oh, you bastard.
Sorry.
Andrew Knapp for $5 says Avatar world building is a dumb guy. So yeah, smart idea for world building. We got that. Thank you, Andrew. Lyle the Kindly Viking says, you are the #1 sword tuber. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Your channel is better than ever. YouTube is a clown world's tool for controlling normal people like us. But with God's help, we will outlast them. Deus Fault. I hope so. I hope so. I do trust. I'm just like, I'm trusting in you, Heavenly Father. Like, you know, and going forward, doing my best. And we've been trying to make like best content we can do. We have such a friggin' banger coming out. So made a real medieval flail, right? To test just, is this actually like as crap a weapon as we assume from a thing? And we go crazy with it, testing it against a mace in the circumstances of like which one is better. And it's an awesome video. It's just a great video. That's in the works. That's coming out. We've already filmed it. And now I want to film this double bow piece of crap from Avatar. Yes. Oh, yes. And so, yeah, we're making some of the best content we ever have and exclusive content, great exclusive content for all the supporters as well. And that is the only thing that has been saving us. Don't know about the future. It's still getting worse, but I'll do my best. And hopefully I will survive. That's the goal. Thank you, Lyle, the Kindly Viking. That was a very kindly comment, and I appreciate you. What's interesting, right? In terms of long-form sword content, that has just been getting decimated across YouTube completely. Long form. Short sword content is fine. It's on a different algorithm. And so I'm like, all right, fine. I'll pump out shorts as well. And I'm doing daily shorts as well as my regular content. And they're fun. They're just stuff from my old content that YouTube is buried, no one's seeing. And I can like make 5 good quality shorts out of one of my old videos and it brings it to a new audience. We'll see how that goes. It needs a longer kind of commitment to see if that bears fruit. But they're still fun. They're still fun content. And so, and because shorts can be up to 3 minutes now, that has helped out a lot because even my small tangent segments in my videos, they rarely only go for 1 minute. So being a bit longer has helped out a lot, and I can pump out a lot more shorts as a result. But making great quality long form content in regards to like sword reviews, we are like the only channel that can get any measure of decent views for a sword review, like a dedicated, here is a sword, let's talk about this sword kind of thing. And so in that sense, we're still pulling in the most views on dedicated sword content on YouTube. But that, like the most views, we're talking about 40,000 views. You know, it's good for a video these days. It's like, you know, it's a shadow of what it used to be. But even though YouTube is nuking it and pushing it like down to even 20,000, YouTube is trying to make it difficult to even reach 20,000 views. It's crazy, right? We're still pulling in, hitting above, you know, weight class in regards to this type of content for most of the creators who make this stuff. So we're doing what we can. Realm Never to Be Seen for $10 says, Na'vi don't win because they are morally correct and have better ways of living. That's their logic. That is actually logic. They win because they have magic. They would lose on all fronts otherwise. 100%. Yeah. If any measure of realism was applied, you know, a sci-fi attack helicopter would blast the hell out of the Na'vi, you know, on a flying bat. No contest. But because, you know, the show, yes, they're morally correct, they must win, they go to convoluted nonsense to make them win artificially. Awu Inu for $2 says, don't let your Na'vis be dreams. Do it now. That trailer was bad, man. Taker 610 for $5 says, James Gunn missed an opportunity to have Henry Cavill play Ultraman. Yeah. The way Lex talked about Ultraman, I thought would have a Master Blaster reveal. Yeah, Ultraman was a letdown, especially with how it's defeated at the end. Because there are a lot of problems with Superman. On a technical level, it is a not only bad film, it's approaching atrociously bad film, but it's an enjoyably bad film. I enjoyed it. I liked it. I liked Corn Sweat Superman, and that's a movie that I could watch again, and I'm interested in watching more movies with that Superman. And that's some level of an achievement. I got to give it that. Didn't get any of that out of Fantastic Four. I don't care. I don't care about watching Fantastic Four again. Or watching sequels with those characters. Like, My gosh.
Is it the best Superman since Christopher Reeves? Because I was never a fan of Henry Cavill's stuff.
Well, if that's the case, I think you'll like this rendition of Superman. Now, having said that, I think there are redeeming qualities to Henry Cavill's Superman, and I think Henry Cavill was like such a great casting for Superman, and there are some noble aspects to the character.
The charisma of a bag of rocks.
I don't know. I think he's just not given the right scripts. I think he can do charisma fine. You've seen him in interviews. He's funny. It's just the scripts have just screwed him over so much. Yeah. He just, he does his best with what he is given to work with. I think have you
seen the Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
Yeah, that's a fun, quirky film.
He's better in that.
Yeah, they did Henry Cavill dirty. There are some redeeming aspects to the, Henry Cavill's Superman, but I enjoy the corn sweat Superman more. He's more lighthearted. He is more kind of naive, hopeful kind of thing, which gives me stronger, like classic Boy Scout Superman vibes, which I like. I enjoyed that more. It's not to say there aren't noble aspects to Cavill's, but I do prefer. And if you're kind of like that, Mike, I think you would like corn sweat Superman more as a result as well.
I thought he was great casting.
I hated his costume. It was rubbery. It was too thick.
I didn't like Henry Cavill's costume either.
I liked Henry Cavill's costume. It was just too dull. It needed more bright. I'm already on record. I'm not a fan of the shorts.
I'm a fan of the shorts.
I get rid of the shorts.
Of the shorts.
Awu Inu for $5 says, if you do the thing, you do it right. And you don't screw it up. It works. It just works. But the line was even worse. If you can do a thing, you should do the thing is effectively what they were saying. Not just do it right, just do it. It's like, what? Oh my gosh. Thank you. I would appreciate you. Andrew Knapp, $5 says, humans will ally with the Goth Na'vi who are hated by the others. Other Na'vi will have overcome their hate. Forgive the Goth, all unite and triumph. That's probably a pretty darn close summary of what that film is going to be, honestly. Yeah.
Yeah, so which Na'vi are the Aztecs?
Well, you took my lead from
Well, they had that red kind of underneath thing.
Yeah. Are they out there sacrificing all the other Na'vi to the
Nah, they just play with fire. I like calling them Sith Na'vi. I think that is a great description. And so credit to Mike on that one.
Oh, that wasn't me. That was somebody in the chat. I don't remember.
Oh, well, credit to the chat. Sorry, yeah, Mike stole it from the chat.
Credit to the chat. Well, I said somebody else said it. It wasn't me.
Oh, okay.
Taking credit.
Wasted Space for $5 says, Na'vi bow looks like Gemini AI generated. I know what you're like. It's funny. I know what you're referring to because I've tried to generate characters holding bows with AI, and wow, you think they have trouble with swords? Bows is a whole nother friggin' realm. It's bows is almost a design. Very recently, I did make a image of a character holding a bow to kind of test it out, and I had to make a 3D model of the bow, take it into Photoshop, bring it in, and then do the whole control net and everything, and it still wanted to warp the bow into unrecognizable mesh. It struggles with bows.
And put a bunch of random strings everywhere.
Yeah. But I managed to get something workable as a result. James Sapp, $5 says, Shad, are you excited for the new Sabaton album? Legends, I haven't heard of it, but I'm interested, especially for the song about Joan of Arc. And how did you like the song Templars? I'm a fan of Sabaton, but I don't follow them close to here. I just really like Last Stand. It's really cool. And one of the other ones, like To Be a Soldier, something like that. Oh, and I forget the name. It's the one about the Battle of the Men of the Dead or the Army of the Dead or something like that. It's about the soldiers that got poisoned by the gas and just made a last stand. And so there's some, like I said, when I say I'm a fan, unfortunately, I'm probably not as much of a fan as many people think because I don't know every bit of their songs. But I'm interested in this one, though. So thank you, James. Appreciate it. And that brings us up to date on the Super Chats. And we are also out of time. We've come to the end of this fun, great discussion. And It's been an interesting stream, bit of a downer, but we got to end off on that fun react. I'm tempted to actually post that as like a segment on Night's Watch, just because the reaction to that trailer was fun. Thank you for everyone joining us, and thank you, Mike. Mike, is there anything you want to share as we sign off and say goodbye? Mike, you're muted. We can't hear you, Mike. Are you there, Mike? Mike! What happened,
Bloody
Mike?
hell. I was trying to grab a link. Here, copy link. Copy link. Why isn't it copying the link? Of course it's not copying the link, because that would just make things go right. Is it working?
Jacob already has Inferno.
Hey, it worked.
We can do that.
All right, so
Got
I'll be drawing this and some other stuff up on Whatnot later. I'm working on a Sue Storm card where
Okay.
it's invisibility.
Yeah.
But I'll probably be doing that around 7:30, 8
I don't
o'clock
lose,
after
so
I
it's
make
fine.
dinner for these guys. But yeah, I'll be hopefully finishing this up tonight. If you guys want to watch me do it, obviously after coloring, I go back in and I do some real inks on it. If you want to see some of the other stuff, a couple other pieces. I did this Fantastic Four the other day,
That's great. Look at that.
and then like
I love it.
Daddy's.
Gunslinger Spawn and Silver
Oh.
Surfette.
Yes, a Silver Surfer with more feminine proportions than what we saw in the film.
Yes. So if you want to watch me or commission me or anything, just follow that link I put in the chat and join me on Whatnot. I'll be on there probably all night after dinner.
Hell yeah. And everyone, you know where I'm at. And so the Red Sonja comes out next week, Mike.
Oh yeah.
I have a feeling you're not going to be interested in watching that one either, but I will be watching and reviewing that one.
Well, I saw the trailer. It didn't look as bad as Avatar.
It looks bad, though. Maybe not.
Well, I think it's tongue in
It could be
cheek.
bad in a good way. It could be bad.
Yeah, I if you approach, and you should, Red Sonja as sort of a cheesy B movie type of thing instead of, I don't think it's going to be like this big cinematic tour de force, right?
No, definitely not. One of my, I couldn't help but having Batman's reaction when I first saw the trailer. Where are they?
I had that reaction as well.
You had that reaction as well?
And then the jab at the suit at the end is like,
Yeah.
the little
like-
bikini thing. It's like, she's not wearing a lot more than that now.
I know. It's like the costume, they needed to embrace Red Sonja, and they're not doing that. And so I think it's going to be a disaster. We'll see. But yeah, of course, Shadiversity got great stuff coming out. It's only thanks to everyone's support that we're still here doing this. So thank you, everyone. Appreciate you all. We will see you later. And as always, stay on watch.